Hi friends! We are here today to talk about your wrists and your hands. This is a super common complaint that wrists are bothering us during yoga classes when we do a lot of down dog. And so I want to talk about it a little bit and give you a series of stretches you can do when they're bothering you or before a class to prevent them from bothering you. So first I just want to talk to you about using the full spread of your hand. So if you look at your hand, you have 4 corners of your palm here. And most of us press all of our weight through the bottom of the hand into the wrist. You should also be pushing through the corner below the pinky and the corner below the pointer finger. And if you do a real quick test, you'll realize very quickly you are most likely putting no weight or very little weight into the base of the pointer finger. So you'll hear me cue this during classes oftentimes, but it's something you should remember for yourself is anytime your weight is in your hands to really try to focus on pressing weight into the base of the pointer finger. We'll do some stretches now that I think will feel fantastic. So again, you can do these if your hands are bothering you or before class to prevent them from bothering you. So the first thing you're gonna do is hold your right arm out in front of you, and I like to think of it as like an upside down high five, right? Bring your other hand around, and we're gonna pull back on your thumb. And you're not really pulling very much, you're just kind of holding it. Okay, feeling that stretch and that tension in the thumb. And we'll do this through each of the fingers. You may feel it moving through the finger itself. This is obviously working through the base of the thumb and then up into the wrist. And depending on how tight you are, maybe up into the forearm. So we'll switch now to the pointer finger. And something that's interesting to think about is we use our hands and arms all the time in real life and in yoga, but we never stop to stretch them or rest them or prep them or do any type of recovery, which is really unfortunate. It's a misstep. Go ahead and move to your middle finger. So think about if you go running or hiking and then your legs are sore or tired. Do you just say like, oh poop, my legs are tired? No, you do some stretches for your hamstrings. You don't use your legs and then not stretch them as a result. So we need to think about all parts of our body in the same way. Go ahead and move to the ring finger. Good. While you're doing this, you may feel like your thumb and your pinky are trying to come in and hang out with each other. Keep them nice and wide. Poles of a magnet there. And then last, move to the pinky, and we don't need to be here very long. Nice and gentle. Good, and then sort of release that out. And we will switch to the other hand, upside down high five, starting with the thumb. And keep in mind, you're using your hands all day long. You're using them to type and to text, so your thumbs are probably enjoying this stretch the most. You're using them to use your silverware and open jars, and in my case, carry a 30+ pound child everywhere. So it's not just in yoga that our hands need a little extra love or that our wrists might feel some tightness. Move to that first finger. And this is a nice stretch that you can do anytime. While you're doing this, you might check in with your shoulders and make sure that they're pulled down away from your ears. It's a little counterproductive to stretch the hands while keeping the neck captive. Go ahead and move to that middle finger. Breathing through the stretch. Asking these fingers to loosen up a little bit. Keeping, again, that thumb and pinky away from each other, moving into the ring finger. And one hand may have felt significantly more or less tight than the other. That would be super normal. Probably your dominant hand, but who's to say? Move to that pinky. Good, and then gently relax that. Roll it out, shake it out. When we roll and shake, it's not like a huge flapping shake. It's a very gentle movement. All right, we'll clasp our hands together now, and we'll start to roll the wrists. So you can just roll in one direction. It'll feel very natural to go this way. Go nice and slow. Try to move through the full rotation of the wrists, both hands moving alternately all the way back, all the way forward. And then pause and try to switch directions. It will feel significantly less natural and more awkward here as you move in the other direction. Sometimes I forget even what direction it's like when you say a word too many times and it loses all of its meaning. Sometimes I get that way here. I'm like, what direction are we rotating? I don't even know. Are there two directions? All right, release that, shake that out a little bit. All right, a couple more exercises here. We're gonna push our arms out to the side like you're pushing the walls apart. So arms are straight and hands are up, theoretically 90 degrees, depending on the tightness and flexion of your wrists. You might already starting to be feeling this. My right arm is screaming. My right wrist is my problematic wrist. So just pushing, 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 keeping the fingertips pulling back maybe towards the tips of the ears. Hands pressing into the walls. Good. Now flip your hands down and sweep them into the armpits. We call this the chicken wing. And the more you lower the elbows and pull them backwards, the more you feel that stretch in the front, outside of the wrist. Sometimes I just walk around like this when my wrist is bothering me. Fun fact, you keep your arms right here. I'm going to move mine. You can do this over a steering wheel in the car. So if you're driving and your hands are bothering you, if this is the steering wheel, flip your hand down and use your other hand to pull it. Obviously drive safely, please, but one option you can do there. All right, release the hands back out. Now we're rotating the hands up. So backs of the hands are pushing the walls and you're gonna make fists. So it's like you're doing strongman arms, but not with the arms, just with the hands. Thumbs are pulling in towards elbows. Good, now flip those down. Whew. All right, release those hands, roll them out, shake them out a little bit. And we're gonna bring hands in front of the heart again in prayer hands. Okay? Now we're gonna roll our hands. So your pinky fingers are starting to roll towards each other. Palms of the hands are coming to face you. And then they're flipping, backs of the hands come together, rolling down, keep rolling, thumbs come together. Oh, we've come back to prayer hands, perfect. So the more you can try to keep the arms straight, flat, 180 degrees, as you rotate the hands, as though the hands are moving between two walls or two panes of glass. It'd be very easy to just kind of lax the arms, but you won't get the same stretch as you got when you keep the elbows up. Okay, again, try to switch directions. Might lose all meaning, that's okay. Good, one more rotation here, and then we'll pause and gently shake them out, stretch them out, roll them out. And we'll come into some finger taps. So you can do both hands at the same time, but I'm going to show you on one hand to start. You just tap and squeeze. So you could just lightly tap and you're not going to get the same effect. You're squeezing, pinching the first finger and the thumb, then the middle finger and the thumb, ring finger and the thumb, pinky finger and the thumb, pinch all the fingers together, squeeze the fist, open the hand. So we'll do it on the other side. Pinching, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, pinch all the fingers, squeeze the fist, open the hand. All right, we'll try it with both hands all together. It's like a game you play on the playground as a child. Okay? Pinch, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, full pinch, fist, open the hands. Guys, we're ready to be TikTok stars. Let's keep going. Pinch, pinch, ring finger, pinky finger, full hand, fist, open one more time. Pinch, squeeze, ring finger, pinky finger, all the fingers, fists, open the hands wide, stay here, like jazz hands. You're a fancy dancer now. Brilliant, okay. Release all of that out. We're gonna come down into tabletop for our last couple of moves here. Anytime we're in tabletop, of course, you wanna have all your good tabletop cues. So knees are stacked under hips, shoelaces, tops of the feet are pressing down into the mat. Wrists are stacked under elbows, under shoulders. Press the shoulder blades down the back. Imagine pulling the points of your hips together. And then bring your attention into your hand. Spread those fingers nice and wide. And then just like we talked about at the beginning, feel where you're pressing down. Try to press through the base of that pointer finger. Good. So we're going to start to move around the world here. You want to keep all these things engaged. The tops of your feet, the points of your hips, your shoulder blades, and the base of your finger. And moving first to your left, and then start to go forward, moving right, coming back. So when you come back, that's the little bit of relief, and then you keep moving around, pausing for relief, moving again, asking the wrists to stabilize in all different directions here. Nice and slow. Normally we do not bring the shoulders in front of the wrists, but with purposeful control, it's okay to do once in a while. Pause when you're all the way back and switch directions. So starting your circle around the world to the right, front, left, back. Keep going here in your circle, checking in with the tops of your feet, the points of your hips, your shoulder blades, and the base of your pointer fingers. Good. The next time you come back and the weight is off the hands, pause here. All right, walk your knees forward until they're right behind the hands. And we're gonna turn our hands, pinkies inward, so the fingers are pointing towards the knees. Now, as you do this, you're hoping those pinky fingers become parallel, which is easier to do the more you practice this over time. You may already feel a significant stretch here, and if this is as far as you can go, that's totally fine. If you want a little deeper stretch, you can gently walk the knees back a little bit, perhaps a little bit more, perhaps even to a full tabletop. Feeling this stretch, it will be significant. It should be a sensation you may feel very intensely. It should not be pain. It's one of those differences we have to learn about in yoga, the difference between sensation and pain. If it's pain more than sensation, you need to walk your knees back in towards your fingers. Good. Breathing here, checking in with your posture. Tops of the feet pressing into the mat. Hip points pulling together. Shoulder blades coming down your back. Now, as you pull your shoulder blades away, you're going to feel that intensify a lot in the front of those arms and wrists. And in order to exit this safely, we're going to walk our knees back up to our hands. Sit back and gently peel evenly both hands at the same time up off the mat. Good. Give a little roll and shake here. And then we're going to come back into tabletop one more different way. So again, keeping knees close to hands, bringing the backs of the hands onto the mat, which feels a little bit crazy. And then you can walk your knees back. I prefer to just kind of sit the hips over the heels so that we're not putting too much pressure here. Okay? Tops of the feet press into the mat, pull the hip points together, pull the shoulder blades down the back. It was really easy there to bring my shoulders up into my ears. You'll even see my wrists are rolling up off the mat a little bit because mine are very tight. If you can keep them flat on the mat, that's fine. It's more important for my back for me to sit up straight here. Breathing here. And then gently again, peeling the hands up. Maybe roll and shake them out a little bit. And then just take a second here and see how they feel. They should feel different, looser, ready to go, take on the world. So again, these are stretches you can do before a yoga class if you want to go in warmed up, or afterwards if you need to stretch out wrists that have become tight and overdone. And of course, you can protect them all the time by pressing into the base of the pointer fingers. I hope that helps and that your hands and wrists feel free, and have a wonderful day. Namaste.